Hi. So today, me and my groupmate will talk about cyberbullying. As for the groupmates, it consists of 4 people, which is me, myself, Ahmad Saiful, Muhammad Fawaz, Anissa Atira, and Ain Salsabila. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good day to everyone. I hope you guys are doing well because during this time, COVID-19 is at the peak in Malaysia, and yesterday we just get 20k of cases, which trigger a lot of anxiety during this time. But let me talk about it later. So now we should focus on this video. So from the short video early, what can you guys interpret from the video, and what can you guys understand from the video? Obviously, to me, it's going to be so irritated and uncomfortable to see someone share that kind of video, or to see someone getting bullied online, or to be specific, cyberbullying. Alright, stop right there. Before we go further, let me ask you one more thing. Did you guys really understand what is cyberbullying? So, let me tell you more about it. Let's get into it. So, cyberbullying is the act of threatening, embarrassing, or intimidating someone through social media applications such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, WeChat, and so on. It also happens in online games where there's a lot of swearing and insults against individual when there is a dissatisfaction by some parties. Either it's by your own team or even enemy. So, I have experienced it first-handedly by myself in games, which my teammates get cursed and his race got belittled by them because of some minor mistake that he made, which really unfair and really annoying to see someone cursing and belittle his race and his family. So, my question is, what does the mistake that he made have to do with his family and his race? It's really annoying for me to see something like this. Things like this will cause various of problems and negative effects on the victim of bullying. Severe or chronic cyberbullying can cause the victim to be restless and depressed, which in turn may cause the victim to develop a severe anxiety and depression, which may also cause the victim to isolate themselves, or perhaps they might even attempt suicide. Did you know, while COVID-19 cases is still spreading, cases of cyberbullying have also increased? According to an article released by johokini.my in May 2020, Puan Nur Hayati Bacho have stated that the increase of cyberbullying cases have occurred since PKP was announced. So, what must we do in order to teach those who are involved in cyberbullying to stop doing so? What the cause of it, and what do we need to do in order to prevent the rise of cyberbullying cases? There are a lot of causes and prevention out there, but today we are going to discuss and share 4 causes of cyberbullying, which is the first one is lack of empathy. The second one is cyberbullies feels that the victim deserves to be bullied. The third one, they have nothing to do and decided to oppress others. And number 4, the bullies develop self-loathing due to their past. So, I'm going to pass the presentation to Muhammad Fawaz to discuss about the first point and the second point.
Thank you, Saiful. So now I would like to continue to talk about the main points for cyberbullying, which are what are the causes and how to prevent cyberbullying. There are many causes for cyberbullying which can motivate cyberbullies. The first cause for cyberbullying is the lack of empathy. There is a lot of technology in our world which affect the human's environment to change drastically, and also allows people to remove themselves from a situation which they are immersed in it. Cyberbullies cannot see the agony they created, and so they cannot comprehend the feeling of anger they give to their victims. In fact, several cyberbullies who were detained and questioned after the event stated that the conduct made them feel very funny and powerful after they have cyberbullied other people. So, how do we prevent cyberbullying, you might ask? Firstly, the parents play a big role in establishing a good communication with their children. Parents need to be willing to confront and talk with their child if they have any experience of any types of bullying. Ideally, communication patterns between parents and child will be created in which the child will not only be discussing with the parents but will also regard them as a resource and support to help comfort them. Therefore, having good communication between parents and their children is important in preventing cyberbullying. The second cause for cyberbullying is that the bullies feel that the victims deserve the cyberbully. It is very common for people to root in perceptions of status. Bullying is typically motivated by insecurities, and people are often trying to make other people feel down about themselves in order to feel superior. People frequently try to downgrade or intimidate others based on the difference of opinion or a sense of superiority. For example, in Malaysia, celebrities are often bombarded by hateful comments based on their looks and how they are perceived in public, while also involving the news to make articles about them. So, in order to prevent cyberbullying is to have a role model. There are a lot of people with different personalities and different beliefs. So, people tend to choose their role models and who influence them the most. Today, those role models consist of athletes, streamers, YouTubers, and celebrities on TVs. Many of these role models talk about bullying and advocate the victims, while also push each of us to build a new social standards in which bullying is not just allowed but condemned as a behavior. Thus, having a role model can help with the prevention of cyberbullying. So, that is all from me. Now, I would like to pass to Ain to continue with the next cause for cyberbullying.
So let's moving on to the third cause for cyberbullying. So for the third cause of cyberbullying is because some people they have nothing to do and decide to oppress others. There are no denying that cyberbullying is a sort of kick out of targeting others online. After a while, it can almost become an addiction of sort where they need a constant fix. Anyone who ever been a part of a Facebook or Twitter feud can attest to the fact that it's not too easy to get entangled. This platform makes it hard to ignore incoming message. It's easy to just start back a reply or keep logging on to reread the message. Thank you. We can prevent cyberbullying from happening by refusing to respond to cyberbullying. This means we should not argue, try to explain, or engage in any way with a cyberbully. Cyberbullies are looking at emotional response. But if we refuse to give them anything to go on, they are left with one-sided communication. In this meantime, we should get evidence of the harassment and save it as a proof of the encounter. In conclusion, we should ignore the cyberbullies to prevent them from making us as their an easy target. So, the last cases of cyberbullying is the bullies develop self-loathing due to their past. It is because the study have found that there is a strong connection between previous victims and current cyberbullies. Much like violence in real life, virtual cyberbullying is perpetuating cycle of anger. Therefore, the problem continues to cycle and get worse each time. These aren't the only reasons cyberbullies do what they do, but these are more common reasons found among those who have investigated cases of cyberbullying. There are another way to prevent cyberbullying before it spreads widely is to make sure we know that we should always report cyberbullying. This includes sharing it on social media platforms, internet service provider, and any necessary parties to let them know what is going on. We could even make a report at the police station to put an end to the harassment. Once the report has been filed, take the appropriate steps to block the person or account that is responsible to the cyberbully. Doing so doesn't prevent them from losing a different account to continue cyberbullying, but it will slow them down if they witness cyberbullying online. We should refrain from participating in their cyberbullying and instead look for ways to support the person that is being targeted. We then conclude that by reporting the cyberbullying, it will slow them down and it might prevent them from cyberbullying again if they get reported continuously. Thank you.
In conclusion, cyberbullying is a big issue in modern societies that have tons of advanced technology. Even though it is great to have advanced technology like we have today, sometimes it can be too much when unreliable people misuse it for their own satisfaction by hurting other people on the internet. Being the target of cyberbullying can be very damaging mentally, as words from cyberbully tend to stab you emotionally. Cyberbullying can affect anyone, but it is mostly to the youth that have to suffer the consequences of being the target. It won't be easy to tackle this issue as the technology continues to evolve and not anyone is aware how important this type of issue is. Some might be too ignorant to care what they say on the internet as their lack of self-awareness and common sense. Cyberbully always prey on someone they think is not up to their liking to make themselves feel better. People also not aware that victim blaming is type of cyberbullying. One way for us to be a better person is just if you don't have anything nice to say, just keep it to yourself, because you might become a murderer with your harmful words on the internet as your weapon next time you open your mouth. If you are insulting people on the internet, you must be ugly on the inside. Thank you for spending your time listening to our speech, and that's all from us.
Oh my God! Wow!